Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to build a customer app for ourselves, and the app is going to do what? It's going to get the name and the last name and the phone number of our customer, and it's going to show it on a grid to us. It's going to just do that for now. We can only add a customer to it and just see the information of our customer in our first video. So I have already teach you the mysql and database from Python, and I recommend to you to go and watch that video for understanding what we are building right now. And the next thing I'm going to tell you is about tkinter. My first video on YouTube was about tkinter. I recommend to you to go and watch that too. It's going to show you a view of how tkinter works, and just a simple blank page with a moving circle in it, but it will teach you so much stuff. I recommend to you and go and watch that. It's only 5 minutes, but the SQL and database video is about 30 minutes, and I'm going to write all of these functions one by one, and I'm going to teach to you what every of these functions, every of these commands are going to do. And I recommend to you to go and just watch those two videos, and this video will be so easy for you to understand. So let's first tell you some things about these functions if you are not going to watch that video. So the first function here is going to create our database. The second function is going to show our database, create a table in our database, show the table, insert a user into our table, showing all the users from our table. Our table name is good boys, and showing only the names of our users, showing only the last names, finding our users by their name, ordering our users, deleting our user, deleting our table, and change the last name or the phone number of our user. So let me go on, and so let's drop our last table, drop table, good boys, and now let's run table deleted. Again, let's create the table. I'm doing that for just deleting the last users, right? The table is created, and let's show the table to you to see the table. I have another table named customers, it's not important. Now let's build just a simple blank page of tkinter first. Window equals tk, and now window dot title. Our title is, I don't know, customer app, right? Customer app. And now let's create our main loop of our window. Now let's run it. As you can see, we have it here. Now let's create our canvas. Our canvas is going to do what? It's like a working place. All our widgets are going to being added to our canvas. All our widgets are going to be added to our canvas. So let's create our canvas. The meaning of the work canvas is that, you know, it's what you are painting on, it's what you are creating on. Canvas is going to be added to our window, and the width is going to be 800. I'm sorry, force of habits using these spaces. And height is going to be 600. Now we have to use the pack function. What the pack function is going to do, it's going to add our canvas to our window. So let's see. We have 800 to 600 canvas here, window. So first we need to create the label. Oh, and another thing, guys, the graphic is going to be so easy. I am trying to just you understand all of these codes very easily, and just don't rush into this. All right, I'm starting at the beginner phase. We are going to be at the intermediate phase and at the professional phase, so you have to be just patient. All right, now we are going to use a very simple GUI, but it's going to work very properly and very good. So just be patient, please. First, we are going to be creating our window. I'm going to teach you all of the tkinter GUI library, and it's the easiest library for Python. I know PyQt, and I know tkinter, and I know Kiwi, and I know a bunch of other GUI libraries, but it's the tkinter is the best and the easiest. I think that tkinter is the easiest one. So let's create our label. It's going to be added on our window. The text is going to be name. Let's add it to our canvas. So it's going to be added to our canvas, right? At coordinates, I don't know, 200 and 120, and window is going to be label 1. It is true, right? No, I'm sorry. The label dictation is not correct here, right? The PyCharm is telling me that too. That's why I love the PyCharm. So let's check this. As you can see, we have a simple name here. Now let's create a text box. Text box number 1. I'm going to write tb1. Text box number 1 is going to be an entry from our window, and we are going to add it to our canvas. tb1, and now let's see. Yeah, oh sorry, it should be 140, right? It's going to be down the name, right? Now let's add the label 2 is going to be our last name. It's going to be our last name, and let's add this to our canvas, and it's going to be, I don't know, 350 and 120, and the window equals label number 2, and let's add it to our canvas. 350, 140. These are as I am sure that you know these are the coordinates of the label or the text box or the button or anything we add. These two numbers are the coordinates x and y of our canvas. So I forgot to build the text box number 2 entry window. Now it's equals to text box number 2. So let's check it. Name, last name, and another thing, phone number. The GUI graphic is going to be as simple as this, but learning GUI is very easy. Adding an image to this page, or changing the format of the text box, or the color of the label, or the font of the label. These are just something that you have to memorize or search in Google. These are very easy, and I'm gonna teach you how to be a good front-end developer for the GUI of any app or any website that you want. You have to be patient, okay? So let's do another thing. what we need is the phone number, our phone number, right? Now let's add it to our canvas. You can use comments right here. As a programmer, I recommend to you to use comments like here. I'm sorry, force of habit again, because I'm a C programmer and C# programmer. I use those two slashes. Sometimes I just mix these programming languages together. So this is like adding a comment is like this, and saying like getting the name. This will help other programmers to understand your code. I recommend you to use that, but I'm not going to use that right now because it's going to get our time and it's useless for us. For me, I'm just teaching you this program code. I'm not using this for a company or other things. So canvas.create window, and it's going to be 500 and 120, and the window is going to be labeled 3. And again, as I'm sure you know, TV3, text box number 3, entry, window, and now again let's add it to our going to be TV3, right? So as you can see, we are getting the name here, we are getting the last name here, and we are getting the phone number here, and you can write anything that you want in here. So now we have to add a button to our program to submitting the name and the last name and the phone number and adding it to our database. So we need to build a button, and for the button working we have to build a function for our button, right? Button is going to be button tkinter. Is that easy, all of it are English, right? And the text of our button is going to be submit, and the command, command is going to be get user, right? We haven't created the function yet. Now let's create it. Def get user, right? And now we have a, let's just pass it for now. And now let's add our button to our window. I don't know where to put our button. Let's put it in 400 and 400. You can change the size of your button, the color of your button, and every other things. You can just search it in Google. I recommend to search it in Google, but I promise you I'm going to build a video for teaching you all those things. But it's very easy to search it in Google, let's be honest. I don't want to just get views for my video. So the window is going to be button. Now let's run our application again. The submit button is here. You can change it anywhere that you want. It's the game of coordinates. You can just put it under the last name. I think it's going to be more beautiful than this simple app right here. The last name is here. Yes, the coordinates of last name is here, so you can put it in like 400 and 120, right? Let's see. Oh, it's here. I'm sorry. Oh yes, this should be 350, and the last name is 1 This should be 160, right? Under the text box 1870. It's just a game of coordinates. The submit button is here. Now the submit button should work, so we have to write a code for our function, right? Now we have to use the insert function here, and the insert function is going to get a name and a last name and a phone number. So this is the name, this is the last name, and this is the phone number. So let's see. Name is going to be tb1.get. The last name, the last name is going to be tb2.get. The phone number is going to be tb3.get. And now let's insert our function, name and last name and phone number. Let's insert our user to it. So we do not have to do anything else, right? Yes, we do not have to do anything else. Now let's see. Like, I don't know, again, John, I always using John Stock in all of my programs. Like, the phone number is 1234567 We are going to build a very more professional application, like just getting a real number, a real family name or a name. Just do not accepting a number, or do not accepting a letter in the phone number. We are going to make all of that, so please be patient. This is the easy video. This is going to just make you understand the logic of our program, the simple logic of our program. We are going to make it more difficult and more difficult and more difficult. Just be patient, guys. Submit, and one record inserted to our database. The ID is 1. So let me just show you my database here. Using the select function, we showed all of the users from the customer app. No, it should be before the main loop. So, or it can be not. I just need to do this, and I'm sorry. Let's use it here again. As you can see, the ID is 1, name John, family name Stark, and the number is 1234567 This is on my mute. So let's go on, and what should we do now? Oh yes, we should show our database. We need to have a button for that, right? So let's create a, I'm sorry, I have deleted the main loop. This is the button 1. Let's use another button for showing our database to our user, and this is the last thing from this video. Button text is show database, and the command is going to be show database, and now we have to create another function, show database. Let's use pass, and these two, right? Show database and show database database. Now it is okay. Now let's add it to our canvas. Again, where should I put it? Right, 500 and 170. Let's going to be a good one. Window equals button 2. And now let's run our application again. You can see show database and the submit function will work. Now our function here should select everything from our table and use our database. First, it should just create a window, a simple tkinter window, right? So again, the title is like database, and in creating the main loop is not necessary because we have a main loop here and it will do everything for us. And we don't need a main loop because it's a simple page that is not changing. It's a static page. We don't need a main loop for our static page. We need a main loop for here because we are changing some things in our page and submitting and other things, but we don't need a main loop on the static page that is just showing the database to us, right? So we have to use the SQL commands here. So I'm going to use my cursor that I have built it in my last video. My cursor is the widget for me to connect to my database and use the database commands, and I've created here my cursor equals my db.cursor, and this my cursor will do everything for me. It will connect me to my database. As you can see, I'm using it in all of my functions. Now my cursor.execute, select everything from the table good boys, and the limit is like 0 to 100. It's going to only show 100 users to me. Now I'm going to create a loop to put the user, getting each users from my database and putting it on my grid in tkinter. A loop in good boys table, in the my cursor, in what is connecting my I'm sorry, a loop that's good boys are in the in my cursor here in this, right? So again we have to make another loop and getting the len of the good boys, how much users we have, and let's create this. You will see what everything I'm writing will do. I just want to show you for you to understand it better. FG is the font color. You will see everything, I promise you. Just be patient. A row that equals to I, and again force of habit, column that equals J. I think that you are understanding it. Now insert it. Now let me show you. Is it working? No, it's not working. Because I think we don't no. I think we have a problem in line 131. Let me see what problem that we have. Oh, right. This is the problem, right? In this my cursor, not building a function. It's not a function. My cursor is not a function, right? Show database. Now we have one user, John Stark. As you can see, this is, I'm sorry, this is this. The whites can be 10. The color is blue, the rows and the columns, and it's going to be added every loop. It's going every user is going to be the down loop, the down row, the down row, the down row, the down row, and the column in the second loop is going to be like John Stark and other things. You see, John, the width of the word John is going to be like 4. Alright, and the color of the word John is going to be blue, and it's going to be row I. It's going to be, I'm sorry again, it's going to be row like it's going to be row I, and the column J like 0 and 0 or 1 and 1. It's just should be an array, so it's going to be 0 and 0, right? It's going to be 0 and 0, and it's going to be inserted every time to our grid, right? And as I promised to you, now you are understanding what these two loops are doing. If you are not understanding it, just write this code that I'm writing and just teach this thing to yourself. Just talk to yourself. This will do that, that will do that, and it will help you very, very much in understanding the code. So again, let's just check it again. Let's add, I don't know, add what? Let's add Lily. I'm sorry, Lily Aldrin, and the number is going to be, I don't know, and we are going to submit that. One record inserted, ID 2, show database, Lily Aldrin. As you can see, it is working very properly, right? Now, I love you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That was it. It was very easy. I have explained MySQL completely to you, and some parts of tkinter in my last videos, and I recommend to you to watch it. Please watch it. You will understand this code very, very better. But as you can see, we have added a simple code to our database, and we have built a simple customer app, and we can use it for like having a notebook that's writing our friend's phone number. We will make another video that will add a button that will update the names, delete the users, or change the ID of them, change the name, change the last name, change the phone number, and doing very, very, very much other things to this app and this page. And we are going to use, I promise that we are going to use a better GUI view for our application, a more beautiful GUI view for our application. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will show me that I'm doing a good work, and please like my video, and I love you guys. Goodbye.